everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through a week of my workouts. I get a lot of questions about my workout routine and what I do to work out and to stay in shape, and it just feels disingenuous to make like a one-off video talking about like my routine because there really is so much that goes into it. So I thought, why not document my workouts for an entire week and share it with you guys. Now, in case you didn't know, I'm currently training for the New York Marathon, so my week currently consists of a lot of running, like a lot of running. I would not recommend the amount of running that I do for the average person or to jump straight into this kind of running. I am following a training plan curated to my personal needs with the app Runna. If you follow me on other socials, you may have heard me talk about it before. Basically, the Runna app curates a customized plan for you based on your running goals, your running expertise, and your running needs. So for me, my goal is to run the New York Marathon November 2nd. And I inputted it into the app to say, hey, I want to run the New York Marathon. And Runna says, okay, here's a plan based on the amount of running experience you currently have that you have inputted and how you should train based on your experience level. So that is what you're going to see throughout this video of me running a lot. If you want to get into running, I would highly suggest downloading Runna and inputting your personal running state. Even if it's just saying, I want to run a mile, or I want to run a 5K, or a 10K, or a half marathon, whatever your running goals are. Plus, if you download Runna and use my code Brooke, you can get your first 2 weeks free. So you can test out running and see if it's for you. I'm sure you're going to love it as long as you train at a pace that's adequate for your body. Okay, so it's Monday and it's currently 6 p.m., but it was the only time today that I had availability to go for a run, which is my workout of today. Technically, it was supposed to be yesterday's, but I was not feeling good, so I moved it to today. Usually, I don't run as much in a week, so it's gonna be an extra run for me this week, but I needed the rest yesterday, so I gave myself the rest. Today's workout is a 6.5 mile Hilly run. But it is at whatever pace is comfortable for me. So there's the plus side there. It'll be fun. I'll get to be able to see a little bit of a sunset, and yeah, it'll take me about an hour of running, but I'm good with that. I hated my first 4 miles today, but look, now it's great. 2.5 more. I feel great now. First I hated it, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel good now. Okay guys, 6.5 miles in the books, which isn't even like that far, but the hills just like, they do you in, man. At least they do me in. I was like, oh, I think that was around 600 or 700 feet of elevation gain. I'll have to check. That's Monday's workout. I'm not suggesting that you run 6.5 miles of hills every Monday. So, follow your own running program. That's so important. I would not recommend that for someone who's not training for something, but that is my workout for Monday, so. Woo! Feel good, proud of myself. Let's go! I need to keep my heart rate at least. Okay, here. People who run are gonna be like, bruh. My average heart rate on like a run, I feel honestly pretty chill about, is like 175. It's not, I know, it's not good. But it's not like, I don't feel like bad at that. So I saw some people say that means that like, it's not as high of a zone for you as you think then. But I'm like, you know, I feel like it's not that low though. So I want to try and keep it under 150. We shall see. Yesterday when I did those hills, it was definitely average like 175 because it's just straight uphill in the beginning. It spikes your heart rate because I'm not slowing down. I'm not walking it. I gotta run. So, you know, I should be walking it. Actually, it's terrible advice. You're supposed to take walking breaks with your heart rate, so don't listen to me. Oh yeah. Lulu. Okay. I'm off.
2,000 years later.
Okay, all done. I was going so slow. I was getting bored. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting bored. But my legs also from yesterday, like the hills, felt so tired. Like so tired. I was like, oh my gosh, this feels like a lot of effort for going so slow. It was so weird, but I'll be pretty good. I didn't check my average heart rate. What was it? 148. So that's fine. Just at the end, I kind of stopped paying attention to it. But I kept it around like 140 for most of it. So I'm okay with that. Y'all, I'm so tired. But I got a meeting. So I got to get home, skirt, and I'll see you on a Wednesday. Okay, so it is Thursday's workout. We skipped yesterday, which was Wednesday. I ended up giving myself a rest day because I woke up and it was supposed to be this tempo run, But I woke up and I was just not feeling it. And it was one of those days where there are days where that happens and I'm just like, I'm gonna push through and run anyway. And there are days when that happens, I'm like, my body is feeling too tired and I need to let it rest. So would have been my rest day, but I just swapped them so that I could give myself just like a second yesterday, and I'm really happy I did. I literally think I'm a little bit under the weather, honestly, because I took a nap. I never take naps. I was like totally out of it. Was not really productive yesterday. I was just not feeling good. So I'm glad I gave myself that break because today is a tempo run. And it's currently like, what time is it? 4:40. So it is still very hot out. I missed my window to run early this morning because I wasn't feeling good yesterday. I let myself sleep a little extra today, and I'm still honestly feeling like pretty exhausted. I did not want to do this run. I'm gonna be so real. I'm calling it right now that literally after I get back, I'm gonna be like, oh, that was so worth it. It wasn't even bad. Blah, blah, blah. We're gonna go for a run. But yeah, that is today. You better be proud of me through the phone, y'all. I'm doing my best out here.
One eternity later.
Okay. You know how I said, oh no, after this I'll feel so much better. I think your girl is gonna get her period. Cause ain't no way. That was not fun today. Oh, that's gonna be my final straw. Wait, no. I do feel better. I feel a little bit better. Not a lot of it though. But that's not the run's fault. It's because whenever I'm gonna get my period, I get the worst cramps right before. So it just makes living a little bit more miserable. But hey, such is life. So you can't really complain. Also, my pacing has improved. Even when I'm really tired, my pacing is a lot better than it used to be. Like my tired pacing used to be like a 9:45, and now my tired pacing is like a 8:30, which is really good. All right, I'm skirting home. Hasta la vista, baby. Friday, we got to recoup and have another easy run, which I was so thankful for. I felt like I needed it. I was definitely feeling tired throughout the week, more tired than I usually am, which you could definitely see in like the mornings when I was getting out there. It's not normal for me to be quite that tired. I was PMSing and that explains a lot, but in the moment I was just feeling kind of tired. So I was very grateful for that easy run to just really recoup and give my body a chance to recover. Then Saturday, I knew that the next day, Sunday, my long run day, was going to be a 12-mile race practice. So I sat back, ate a bunch of food, ate a bunch of carbs, and slept. I did not work out Saturday. I needed a second. Again, this is my second rest day in the week. I need those rest days. You need rest days, especially when your body is doing such demand. And when you're getting into working out for the first time, like if you've never worked out before, it's a lot of intensity. Your body's learning something new. It's stressful on your muscles. So taking those moments and making sure you have days where you take rest is super important, and fueling your body over those rest days. Just because you didn't work out doesn't mean that you didn't earn food. We want to make sure that we're fueling our body and getting lots of rest to be able to really conquer those intense workouts. It is now Sunday? Is it Sunday? Yeah. It is now my long run day. Today I have a 12-mile race practice. It is like just hit 7 o'clock in the morning and I am ready to go, ready to rumble. I know it's gonna get so hot, so I'm hoping I can finish this like right at 9 a.m. Because it's 7:11 right now, and I think it'll take me a little under 2 hours, hopefully. So I don't want to be out here when it gets hot. It's going to be like 86 degrees today, and it feels like 10-15 degrees warmer when you're running, especially when you're running some miles at a quicker pace, because this is like a race practice. So some of them are conversational miles and like easy pace, and some of them are like at an 8:10, which isn't like the worst, but it's not great if it's super hot out. So I'm like, I just want to get it done, honestly. I have my Nerds gummy clusters. I have a lot of Nerds gummy clusters. 3 Rice Krispies, because I eat these like every 3 or 4 miles and they help so much. I'm gonna go knock this out. Hopefully I'll be done by like 9. I really don't want to do it today. Have I wanted to do any workouts this week? I feel like I have not wanted to work out this week. Maybe I need to eat more food. Anyway, but it doesn't matter. It's one foot in front of the other, and I committed to something, so I'm gonna get it done.
2,000 years.
Oh my gosh, do you see that sun? Burning me. burn me the whole last 6 miles in an hour and 43 minutes, which is by far my PR actually. Next week I have a half marathon, and that is, if I keep the same pacing, that would be a sub 2, which is a PR for me if I do that. I think my half marathon right now is like a 2:09, so it would be cutting off like a decent amount of time if I stick to it. But yeah, that's my long run day, so by no means should you go out and run 12 miles. That is so, don't do that. Also, training for a marathon is not like normal training. Like after you train for a marathon, which is what I'm probably gonna do too after I'm done, is just that you take a little bit of like a big break on your body. Like you can still like work out and stuff, but it's not nearly as intense because marathon training is just so intense on your body. So if you're watching this, by no means go out and run 12 miles. That's a lot of distance. Maybe curate your own plan. Like mine's like customized for me with the Renna. So like curate your own plan based on like your goals. You could even just do like get into running shape, and then you're like, if you want it on your Sundays, not on my Sundays, but if you want it on your Sundays, your long run day could be like literally like 2 miles with breaks. Like it's not a universal thing. It's actually extremely uncommon to run this much. So please do not feel like this is like a need. I just know that I get so many questions about like my workout routine stuff. So like I'm gonna be honest and transparent about what I do, and this is currently my routine. So that was it. My 12-mile run. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, now what I personally would say is most of the days after you do a longer run, like a 12-miler, to take a rest day. However, I wanted to be able to document some weightlifting that I do in order to be able to combat a lot of this training that I have started to do with running. When I first started running, I would do too much running and not enough weightlifting, and I noticed that my muscles were really getting fatigued by it. With my leg day, I do 3 exercises, and I try to lift as heavy as my body can really take while maintaining proper form. I will mention that I am not a professional and I'm working on my form. I don't think it's the best, but I'm doing my best. So I would watch a tutorial by a professional or get a personal trainer to critique your form. But aside from that, these are the exercises that have worked for me and that I have found tried and true. With my leg day, I always get the worst out of the way first. I like to start with Bulgarian split squats, and I do 3 sets of these at 6 to 12 reps. I know a lot of people will say that's not enough, but for me, with the amount of weight I'm doing for my body, I am like dead after those 6 to 8 reps and need a 2-minute rest in between. So I will do 6 to 8 reps. I like to just hunker down, get it done, and then I take a 2-minute break in between and repeat that process 3 times. After I'm done there, I usually do hip thrusts. I am working out in the garage here, and I have a little hip thrust machine. If you don't have a hip thrust machine and go to the gym, they should have a bar that you could use or a hip thrust machine. If you don't have access to a gym, even doing floor hip thrusts is sufficient. I just like to do it with some weight. I noticed that I really feel the muscle fatigue a little bit better, so I really like to focus on doing that with weights if it's possible. If not, it's okay to do it on the floor or up against the bench. Thing is better than nothing, but hip thrusts are a go-to. They really help strengthen my glutes. And now last, this exercise can be kind of confusing if you don't know how to do it, but it's called an RDL, and basically the whole spiel of it is to really focus on strengthening your hamstrings. At least for me it is, my hamstrings and my glutes. I noticed that this is really where it has strengthened my legs and helped me so much, because one of the issues I struggled with was weaker hamstrings. So I do the same thing, 6 to 8 reps, 3 sets. That's it. My leg routine probably takes me approximately 30 minutes and I'm done. I get some good rest in between. My legs feel dead after, and off I go. Some other honorable mentions of really good leg exercises that were just a little bit harder for me to document are cable kickbacks, clamshell cable kickbacks, and just weighted squats of any variation tend to be very good for your legs. But like I said, that would be like a separate leg day for me. This is just my core 3 exercises. Okay, so Wednesday comes along and it is time to show you my ab and upper body routine. For my ab routine, I'm honestly partial to one exercise, but it's not the most accessible, I feel. It's called leg raises. Basically, you are hanging from a bar and engaging your core, using your legs to really lift them up and try to get as high as possible. I really don't get as high as I would like to. In fact, sometimes I even bend my legs to do this, but I swear it makes your abs pop. I don't know why, but it really like makes your abs stick out. So when I'm feeling lazy, I just hit like 3 sets of these, 10 reps each, and that's what I do for abs. But when I don't have access to that and I feel like I need a full ab floor routine, this is what I do. First, I start with a 1-minute plank, really focusing on tucking my core in and just breathing through the plank. It's hard sometimes, but I promise you it's worth it. I also use my elbows and pull them towards my feet, really engaging my core. Next, I do leg raises on the floor. I swear these engage your core so well, and I just do this for about 30 seconds. After that, I do scissor kicks, and I again do this exercise for about 30 seconds. Then I go into these like spider crawl type planks. I don't know how you would explain them, but I'll just show you the visual. And I do this exercise with about 15 reps per leg. After that, I do heel touches for about 30 seconds. And then I repeat this process 3 times, and we are done with abs. On average, it takes about 10 minutes. But oh my gosh, does this routine make your abs pop. Now for my final and probably my most lazy workout is upper body. Upper body is something that's kind of foreign to me and I honestly need to get a little bit better at it. I mostly like to run and just strengthen my legs for running, but when I do feel like I need a little bit of muscle up top, this is what I do. So first, I'll just take whatever weight feels heavy to me that day. Like I said, I got my period, so your girl was feeling a little bit of lighter weight. And I like to take my dumbbells and do about 10 to 12 reps of curls and do 3 sets of those. I do 10 to 12 reps of lateral raises. This is hard, man. Lateral raises always kick me in the booty, but I swear when I actually do them consistently, I see my shoulders start to really pop. And then lastly, I do 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps of bent over dumbbell rows. It's kind of like a weird name to explain, but I'm really targeting my back here a little bit and focusing on that mind muscle connection as best as I can. Once again, I am not a professional and I'm doing this form to the best of my ability, but I would watch a tutorial on how to do each of these exercises to really make sure you are doing them safely and efficiently. And that is my workout routine. I hope this is helpful for you guys. I know that it is a lot of cardio and running, but like I said, I'm currently training for a marathon, so that is why there's so much intense cardio involved in my routine. I personally love running. I got into it over the past 1.5 years, and it's definitely my favorite form of working out, if you can't tell. And if you want to get into running, I would highly suggest downloading the Runna app. It has been fantastic for me. I had never followed a training plan before and I have never felt so good, and seeing my paces go down honestly just gets me so excited. So if you feel similarly or you really just want to get into running in general, I promise you Runna has a plan for you. Again, you can use my code Brooke to get your first 2 weeks free. And that's all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Love you guys. Bye.